Tok Piksa, proudly brought to you by New Guinea Table Birds.
Good evening and welcome again to another episode of Tok Piksa. I'm Fabian Haklitz. Tonight we bring you Tok Piksa all the way from the Autonomous Region of Bougainville. We begin our journey to Buin in South Bougainville. Now, development aspirations in South Bougainville has been realized since Timothy Matthew took office as the local MP following his by-election victory last year. The local people have expressed their gratitude and satisfaction to the local MP for realizing the need in service delivery. Now, this is evident with new infrastructure and also support initiatives in this neglected part of the Autonomous Region of Bougainville. We'll bring you some analysis of developments in South Bougainville. South Bougainville has seen tangible development within a short space of time. All this has been attributed to the good leadership of local MP Timothy Matthew. Since taking office after his by-election victory, Mr. Matthew has proven to his people and the government of the day he can deliver to the government's expectations. Two of the many projects recently launched is the Office of the Member for South Bougainville, which he terms as the People's Office, and the Newton FM radio station. Recently, the National Alliance Party, led by party leader who is the Treasury Minister of the National Government, Patrick Pruich, arrived in the Autonomous Region of Bougainville via Keita Aropa Airport. Drawing the support behind was Transport Minister Malakai Tabar and Correctional Service Minister Jimmy Simatab, and they were given a rousing traditional welcome. The delegation traveled via road and arrived in Buin town for the formalities and were also accorded welcome gestures. Member for Baubake in the Bougainville House of Representatives, where the Buin town is located, Jacob Toke, said the many visit by government delegation has brought confidence to the local people because over years they have been neglected.
In making this place conducive to progressive endeavors of our leaders, government and friends such as DFAT, in bringing physical and tangible developments such as we are witnessing the loans today to Buin.
The presence of Gilbertese people from the nearby Solomon Islands fostered a sense of oneness with the border communities who also came to be part of the celebrations. Mr. Matthew has been a key player since taking office as the people's mandated leader in the National Parliament, and his message centers on change and development. Matthew would like to see tangible developments like electricity, water and good road infrastructure, apart from the priority areas of health and education to drive the economic activities.
Please look more PNG power tomorrow. The sun now come na straight in power station blomi. On PNG water board, sali mo long come now, only come now, checking more water so that people can get good running water inside of Buin town. Long helping people along all this something because this town, Buin town, I have a dream. It will become a city one day. No can grab no wood. No can foul stuff. This place come up one city inside of Bougainville one day. whether it's my time, your time, or whose time, but it will be there.
But for change to happen, it has to start with the people, changing mindsets, and to remain positive and take ownership of development for a brighter future ahead.
To develop our communities, our districts, our region, instead of sitting on the fence or the sidelines and criticizing and being negative. All get a mas holy man one time. Time lo talking about. If you go inside lo this time now and time lo change. Change is taking place. And change will not stop. But we must continue to go to next level. Long one more dream and you got.
As an experienced media personnel, Mr. Matthew has seen the need to improve communication in South Bougainville, a medium that has been absent for over 2 decades. Using the radio to drive awareness and change is the way forward to connect the people with the outside world through a range of programs that will be channeled through locally and privately owned station, Nidon FM, also owned by one of the experienced media personnel, Aloysius Laukai.
And on that note, I congratulate Nidon FM, a locally owned radio station and radio service provider, for committing itself to partner and work with us in our endeavors to have an educated and well-informed South Bougainville population. And I won't stop here, but we continue to make him. Therefore, I invite other media outlets to come.
The National Government's Treasury Minister Patrick Pruich was happy to see more the good leadership in South Bougainville. This was reflected in developmental activities.
Now me and my also, remember you go inside and we work hard one time. Joint district na budget priority committee belong to DDA belong yumi long. South Bougainville is able to see come up with a lot of programs, and me drive come road. Me looking planning works and this work come up. And that's the kind of positive changes we want to have the DSIP funding impacting the lives of our people.
Good leadership portrays the image of development, and with Bougainville sailing the uncharted seas to referendum, it was absolute and necessary for leaders in the national government to work together with the Autonomous Bougainville government. This was the observation from the National Government Treasury Minister.
We need leadership in Bougainville and national government to articulate what Bougainville wants. I cannot come here and determine what you want. You must have leadership that will determine, that will articulate. Narare in come up, Lord, this is a referendum. Leadership in Bougainville must rise up. People of Bougainville must choose the right leadership so that your future is determined.
Mr. Pruich then led the delegation and launched the office of the member for South Bougainville. This followed with the Nidon FM radio station.
Welcome back to Tok Piksa. Now, we continue our coverage on developments in the Autonomous Region of Bougainville. We now look at the road infrastructure. The people of Halia constituency in North Bougainville have thanked the government of Papua New Guinea and the Autonomous Bougainville government for realizing the need in service delivery. They have also thanked the construction company Rybrook Construction Limited for bringing this chains a new sealed road that will link them to the central business district, which is Buka Town. Now, with new road infrastructure, this will better services, bringing development closer to their doorsteps.
One of the latest developments in Buka Island is the sealing of the Buka Ring Road, named after one of the heroes, the late John Thiessen. The Buin Ring Road upgrade and sealing project is one of the high-impact projects jointly delivered by the government of the independent state of Papua New Guinea and the Autonomous Bougainville government and funded through the Special Intervention Funds. According to the Technical Services Department of the Autonomous Bougainville government, the Buin Ring Road is delivered in phases. Phase 1 is the Hujana to Salasa Road and the Phase 2 is the Salasa to Hagus Road. According to the Technical Services Department of the Autonomous Bougainville government, the Buin Ring Road is delivered in phases. Phase 1 is the Hujana to Salasa Road and the Phase 2 is the Salasa to Hagus Road, the recently completed.
Thank you. We're standing at the end of Phase 1, as you see on the 60 km/h sign. That's where the Phase 1 terminates. And the next 10 kilometers of sealing work, which we recently completed, is towards that way. So it was a successful completion of another high-impact project, which is Phase 2 of the Buin Ring Road sealing.
The newly sealed road has impacted the lives of people in the Hale constituency, opening the window of opportunity for them. This was expressed through songs and dances during the handing over of the Phase 2 road project from the contractor Rybro Construction Limited to the Autonomous Bougainville government. Rybro Construction Limited was happy of delivering the government's program, with Managing Director Kieran Brown saying the company was happy to be part of Bougainville's restoration and development.
Now, thank you, national government. Lord, this joint partnership, this work, we work on them. We give him big look sablo government, Papa Ligini, Peter O'Neill, now land long him, and we give big look sablo the president, na cabinet bang Bougainville, look upon them, this big development programs where influence him, they infect him life to all man, na Mary Blayimi, inside the region Blayimi.
It's no more bumpy rides for the people of Hale constituency in Puka, as the 10 kilometers of road has been sealed. Many said with improved road infrastructure, this has lessened the traveling time and the burden for commuters, and now they can travel through a sealed road to Buka town.
Before I'm Karanas, now I'm only Shilim now. Now me play Hammer Master because I'm long time yet. Display one em ya. And me been lick yet na me hari mol tumbo na blo me ol tok lo Shilim road ya. Na you know got one time where only Shilim only daipinis too.
Planti candidate tu oli sa sanap oli sa tok mi ba sanap na Shilim road. Na now last year tas all now. Oli streetim monemia one company na company kam walking road. Na mi pla hama mastru now because mi pla can go walk lo garden, come down go lo nambis go was anytime mi pla can go lo town.
Yes, well, I think the age of the PMB trucks is slowly being taken over by more comfortable buses. We have 15-seater buses. 25-seater buses.
The sealed road has opened and linked people to the main economic corridors to access the main entry port of Buka as the capital of Papua New Guinea's Autonomous Region of Bougainville.
Especially me farmer, me extending this moerlo mas government must inject more funding. Completing this road.
Secretary of the Autonomous Bougainville Government Technical Services Department, Bernard Chilu, was satisfied with the quality of work produced by the contractor.
Yeah, Rybro has done a good job according to specifications, and I am satisfied with the job done, and our engineers both.
People like him yet this last same company even Gradim road, emi mas continue lo finisim work blongen because mi pla hama mas one time this la company em work good straight. Na road tu look nice all geta. Mi pla all geta Halian people mi pla hama mas lo this la company.
This la construction na work lo kanapia. Em tu mi play looking big pla halibim straight long em silim road em halibim mi pla too long. Lo side block church also you can look him long han Catholic mission ya em big pla change ya.
According to the Autonomous Bougainville Government's Technical Services Department, all documentation and designs, including tender documents for the Phase 3 road project, has been completed. Department Secretary Bernard Chilu says that Phase 3 covers the next 35 kilometers of road, which will cost around 110 million kina. This is the road from Hagus village in the Halik constituency to Kasa in the Haku constituency.
So we're looking forward to another 20 kilometers towards Haku constituency. So as you see, we've already done the culverts, which will be the next chain. It's to go towards the next 35 kilometers actually to the end of the ring road on the east coast.
Welcome back to Tok Piksa. Now, New Zealand will continue to strengthen its bilateral relations with the people of the Autonomous Region of Bougainville. This was announced this week by New Zealand's Foreign Affairs Minister, Mari McCallie, during his official visit to the Autonomous Region of Bougainville. He also launched several projects which include the Buka Town Council Office Complex and the power supply at Sela Street constituency in North Bougainville. Mr. McCallie says one of their focus is bringing power or electricity to the people of Bougainville.
The aircraft C-310 of the Royal New Zealand Air Force touched down in Buka Airport of the Autonomous Region of Bougainville on Tuesday this week with the high-powered delegation from the New Zealand government led by its Foreign Affairs Minister Mari McCallie and High Commissioner to Papua New Guinea Tony Fautua. It was a busy day for the Buka Airport with many aircrafts on the ground as well. The delegation were welcomed by officials from the Autonomous Bougainville government and the Bougainville administration and accorded the welcome gesture in the Bougainville way. New Zealand is not new to the Autonomous Region of Bougainville as they have a long-standing relationship with Bougainville with peace building on the island after it went through a nightmare of war and destruction over the Panguna mine.
And we're about to enter a very important phase in the peace-building process and the decision-making process. Having had a long-standing interest in the peace-building work here and the associated development, I wanted to reassure the ABG that we are there for the next chapter and the one after that as well, that we want to continue the partnerships, that we want to evaluate them as we go and make sure that we're not just doing what we did last year, but we're thinking about what's going to be most effective next year as well. So as Minister Masono has referred to the need for support for the Referendum Commission. That's something that I've specifically spent some time working through here, and I'll go back to New Zealand looking to make some solid commitments of support in that respect. So I just want to thank Minister Masono and his colleagues for a very warm welcome, but also a very informative visit, which has allowed us to go away really to make some plans and some commitments for the next stage of a very important partnership.
New Zealand's Foreign Affairs Minister Mari McCallie said they will make some solid decision to support the Bougainville Referendum Commission and also to plan ahead some of the commitments to assist when necessary. Acting President of the Autonomous Bougainville Government, Raymond Masono, said the visit was very important as part of Bougainville's preparedness for referendum.
Whose support we will require at the time when the referendum is finally held. We have raised a number of issues with the foreign ministers. For example, extending some kind of support to the newly established Bougainville Referendum Commission, and also we relate our appreciation for the government and people of Bougainville on the continued support that the national government has been giving to Bougainville in terms of development projects. These projects are funded jointly by New Zealand and Australia under the CHIP arrangement, which we think is a good concept, a very important resource envelope that fills important gaps in ABG's capacity.
Thank you, Mr.
The first infrastructure launched was the Buka Town Council's office complex, which is handed over to the Autonomous Bougainville government. The New Zealand's Foreign Affairs Minister was happy of the long-standing relationship between New Zealand and Bougainville and said they will continue to work together to deliver services to the people. He thanked the staff of the Buka Urban Council for their commitment. Buka Town Mayor John Angamata said they were committed to raise the standard of Buka Town as the main entry port of Papua New Guinea's Autonomous Region of Bougainville.
For of you of traveling long distance to serve, to remind us all just how important our collective work is. Please give Bougainville clap to Honorable Mary McNaughton and his team and all ladies and gentlemen who are here today.
The Buka Urban Council office complex was funded through the Governance Implementation Fund of the Australian and New Zealand governments at the cost of over 600,000 kina.
Also, you've been talking me one longest serving officer block council. Me also my block council now for 25 years. Me been moving about this town law Painem office. Now a foreign minister block New Zealand come hand him over this office. And me excited straight na. Me have my straight lo movie go inside lo this office at last. Aba me settle down na walking walk block me.
The next visit of the New Zealand Foreign Affairs Minister Mary McCully was at the Selasri constituency in North Bougainville, where he launched the electricity power supply. The delegation were welcomed into the constituency by students, teachers and the communities of Sorum Primary School. This project has been delivered under the Town Electrification Investment Program to improve energy access for rural communities. It is co-financed by the governments of New Zealand and Japan, Fund for Poverty Reduction, and with the support of the Asian Development Bank. And this project is implemented by PNG Power Limited. The people of Selasri constituency have thanked the governments of New Zealand and Japan, including the Asian Development Bank, for bringing change into their communities with the supply of electricity power. And they have really expressed their gratitude to the donors for partnering with the national government and the Autonomous Bougainville government for the change and development in transforming the autonomous region. The electricity power supply brings change into the lives of the people of Selasri constituency, and for the first time they have been connected to the power supply thanks to PNG Power Limited.
Before I know got power now. All beginning long plan on got have long and long study. Now place it look to that. Place it no good let too much. Now I got power now. Place by look alright now.
Me like talk thank you through time me pla can bring in PNG Power come lo place blow me pla. Me pla stop mamas na me pla mamas through lo PNG Power come up. Wakim na ol mangi round good long road o one ma poli round long en oli hama mastasol no got something come up long ha poli round long en.
Miliki mol sam dislam big pla change inside long school na community sa longol all schools especially the teachers and the sumatin and me give him big pla change na henen sim teaching and learning for the teachers, and at the same time it improves the teaching and learning for all the Sumatin.
Autonomous Bougainville Government's Public Utilities Minister Luke Carston, speaking at the light switching on ceremony at Sorum Primary School, thanked the strong partnership that allowed the successful delivery of this project.
A total of 115 households have already been connected. This will continue through the main highway up to Tilputs, including the hydropower site. As mentioned, an estimated 1,000 households are to be connected before the end of this year.
I'm sure that these good relationships will continue to be strengthened as we work together to help Papua New Guinea plan for a renewable energy future. The New Zealand government financing component has been used to procure mainly equipment for the distribution line and transformers, as well as the low voltage connections to the households, including minimum supply kits and prepayment meters.
And that's how we wrap up Tok Piksa for this week. If you have any queries, do not hesitate to contact us via Facebook page or the URL shown on your screen. Until we do this again same time next week. From the Tok Piksa team, I'm Fabian Haklitz. It's bye for now.
Tok Piksa, proudly brought to you by New Guinea Table Birds.